2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to 2K Sports. We're already getting the feel for this new NBA season. Taking it all in with me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Houston Rockets. And for Houston, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And here we are, start of a new season. So much drama coming out of the gate.
Drama for your mama.
Shaq, for the teams that are underperforming thus far, what can they do to try and right the ship?
Look, Ernie, it's early, so don't overreact. You can mix up the rotations a little bit. Don't be scared, Coach. Do what you got to do.
Well, first, you got to keep believing in yourself. But I love these player-only meetings.
Oh, I'll bet you.
I did, man.
Really? You liked them?
Oh, because I used to – that's the only time I could really look in your face in front of the other 11 guys and tell you how I really feel about you.
Like, Akeem, you're killing us.
No, that never was said. It was more like, see, we should only give it to Akeem because he's the only one not killing us.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's the East versus West, where the Charlotte Hornets will be looking to make a statement. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games.
Yeah, interconference matchup, two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
Yeah, and Greg, this is a big game for both teams. I mean, they don't see each other often, and you know they both want to get a win in this one.
Clark, you've talked about this a lot, the changes, the biggest differences from playing college basketball to pro basketball.
Without question, Kevin, a couple of the biggest differences for me were the speed of the game and the quality of the players on the court. That was really something that I was aware of, but it hit me right between the eyes as I got going. And then the other thing was the travel and schedule. I hit a wall after about 60 games and was really a dead man walking for about 10 days before my legs came back and I finished that rookie season strong.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. Ariza and Anderson holding down the forward spots. And it's Capella in at the 5. And stolen by Howard. They break it out 5-on-3. Lets a floater go. Batum wide open, he fires. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Batum's got the first points up on the board for the Hornets. Harden kicks to Anderson. Back to Harden. Houston moving it around. Here's Paul. Shoots over Carter Williams. Hornets with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, their last outing was a rough one. Have to be careful of falling in love with that three.
And you know what, Greg, you can't afford to be a one-function offense. You know what I mean? You've got to be versatile. Got to spread it out and mix it up inside, too.
Back to Howard. He dishes it to Carter Williams. Down low and stolen by Ariza. The three from Harden. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And Harden takes a lot of pride in being a hard matchup, a tough cover. I mean, He takes no time in shooting once he gets the pumpkin.
David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Steve Clifford. Dave, what do you have to say?
He's tried to remain upbeat about their performance this season, even though they have not played at the level of the elite teams in the league. He said the effort's been there, we just haven't gotten the results we've been hoping for. They continue to try to find answers. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Lamb with the ball. He's against Anderson. 1 on the clock. Here's Howard. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Howard's got his first basket of the night. Carter Williams against Paul. Screen by Capella. Ariza with the bucket.
Tell you what, Kevin, there aren't many players who would have even seen that pass, but when we're talking about Chris Paul, he's got unique vision, unlike most anybody else.
Now, here's Howard. He's coming off a 19-point game against Denver. Here's Lamb. That shot off the mark. And it's Houston the other way, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
And that one drops for him. Batum's got 5 now. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Screen by Capella. The kick out to Anderson. Capella inside. Kaminsky's there. It's stolen by Kaminsky. Now here's Lamb, guarded by Harden. They get it back. Howard. Rebounded by Capella.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 of 4 so far.
And so it's Charlotte with it. They trail by 1. There's the pick. Carter Williams kicks to Kaminsky. From outside, off the mark. The Rockets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Harden dishes to Paul. Anderson with the screen for Paul. The feed to Anderson. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got 4 rebounds in this game. Lamb, great positioning on the putback.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
In that game, keeping up all those
teammates. He just does so much from his position that is unrivaled. One of the greatest offensive threats, not only today, but really of the last decade.
Here's Capella. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And for Harden, he's been in the conversation, Greg, for MVP for several years. The way he's able to just carry an offense with his creativity garners attention.
And Kevin, I think he might have won it last year if it wasn't for the amazing season put in by Russell Westbrook. Don't count Harden out, though. He's such a unique talent on offense. Maybe this will be his year to bring home that MVP award.
And he makes the first.
At the line right now is one of the great do-it-all point guards ever. Scorer, playmaker, defender. There's not anything CP3 can't do.
Paul nails both of them. Back to Batum. Here's Carter Williams. 8 points his last outing. Just 5 to shoot. Tips it up, and Howard with the second chance points.
Quarters as well, Greg.
15-point.
About the passing, they are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Carter Williams. James Harden picking up that last basket. Charlotte moving the ball around. Lamb with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up outside Howard. It's rebounded by Houston. Ariza outside, feeds it to Paul. Rebounded by Howard.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
And the shot goes in. Lamb's got his second basket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And Houston calls their first timeout of the game.
And you know, Kevin, there is no question about what this Rockets team wants to do. Shoot threes and drive it to the goal. Last in the league in mid-range jumpers by a long shot.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Now here's Brown. Nene, the screen to the paint, and stolen by Zeller. Monk, no one around him. A second chance effort, and there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Houston.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too. 2 shots.
That one is and the NBA.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, I really do, because I've benefited from the different coaches we've had a chance to visit with over the years, and that's when you're playing. I was always a student of the game, but clearly I think I've become a lot more analytical as an analyst, if that makes any sense.
Yes. Gordon, the pass to Brown. He feeds it to Tucker. On the wing, Gordon. Back to Tucker. Just 5 on the clock. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Rockets lead by 3.
And, you know, Gordon is a dominant jump shooter if there is such a guy. And it takes a lot to throw him off his stride and rhythm, even when you try to crowd him on defense.
And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
And, you know, that pass wasn't deflected or anything, Kevin. Don't see that often. An unfortunate, unforced turnover.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. And Tucker kicks to Nene. Left side, Brown.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Williams. 9 points last game out. Picked by Williams. Here's Monk. Off target from 3-point range. Rockets leading by 3. Gordon kicks to Mbamute. Gordon dishes to Tucker. Now the pass to Mbamute. On the wing, Brown. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Rockets.
And their offense centered around a 3-point shot. That was the guiding principle on every trip. Their first goal was finding an open look beyond the arc, getting that extra point every chance they could.
And the first one drops. And Brown drops them both. And we all know that Mike D'Antoni is one of the most respected offensive minds in basketball. You look at his coaching tree, and there are branches all over the NBA. He has a lot of respect from his peers.
I mean, when you have sustained success like D'Antoni has had, the respect comes with that track record of success. D'Antoni has a great working relationship with a lot of other coaches as well.
And the Hornets miss again. Rockets leading by 5. Gordon kicks it to Tucker. Nene down low. He's covered by Zeller. And the shot's good from Nene. Nene's got his first bucket of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Williams. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Picked by Williams. Pass to Stone. Knocked loose to stop the drought. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Houston's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition teams. The Rockets 4th.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
Hornets trail by 7. Picked by Zeller. Stone kicks to Williams. The dish now to Stone. And it's blocked by Gordon. They recover it. Count the basket. Here's Gordon. 14 points from him the last game against Philadelphia. He kicks it to Brown. Back to Gordon. Over Monk. And it's Gordon missing. Charlotte shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. The shot's good from Monk. Now just a 2-point Rocket lead.
You've got to be up on Monk all the time. Go when he catches it.
And before.
Stone. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Zeller passes to Williams. And another 3 for Charlotte.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Nene, the screen. Brown kicks to Gordon. Got a piece of it. To the inside. Here's Nene. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Here's Stone. Five on the clock. And he misses the go-ahead basket. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Rockets on top. They lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And you talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul, but You know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
I think they play great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Exactly. I mean, they've made their presence felt on this end. Excellent job contesting shots so far.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Aiken is out there with Marvin Williams. Then there's Julian Stone. Then it's Cody Zeller. And it's Monk in at the two-guard spot. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, something special is brewing in Charlotte. Point guard Kemba Walker said, "It's a great start. We know how to play with each other, and we love playing with each other. The best thing is how hard we all work. We're going to grow." Kevin?
And that kind of optimism is terrific, David. Thank you. Walker and the Charlotte Crews seem to be a perfect match. Good on the bucket.
Nice to see Gordon use his touchdown low. I mean, not the biggest guy, but still skilled at scoring close to the bucket.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Taken away by Williams. And a fast break now for the Hornets. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to just one on the basket from Stone.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
On the wing, Gordon. Nene outside. Now here's Gordon. He's guarded closely. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it three.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game. Phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Houston with a big group substitution here. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Mba'amute. Riza comes in for P.J. Tucker. James Harden, he's checked in for Eric Gordon. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Brown. For Nene and coach of all time.
Man, I can't even begin to have an answer for that one. There's some guys that jump out, though, when you think about that list, who would be on it. Greg Popovich for sure. Phil Jackson would have to be included on that list. Fred Auerbach. And Chuck Daly for the way he was able to manage his players. Pat Riley, you'd have to consider him as part of being on somebody worthy of that list as well. And I'll even go back a little farther and throw Lenny Wilkins in the mix. I thought he was really good with a number of different teams that he coached.
Hall. The Rockets again can't hit. Hornets trail by 4. Carter Williams with it. Chris Paul covering. And there's the 3-second violation.
And here's a look at some stats for Trevor Ariza. How he performed last season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Now here's Paul. Nene, the screen. Harden's shot is off.
Well, I think the defense got really lucky there. I mean, you can't afford to give up wide open shots from deep.
Out to the wing. A shot by Carter Williams. Nobody around. A three-pointer off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Paul dishes to Harden. Back to Paul. Launches a three. Up and in. It's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
CP3 showing off his supreme stroke from deep. He is a dynamic offensive player.
Screen by Howard. Carter Williams kicks to Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
Now, here's Nene. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And he also controlled the backcourt as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job. The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Kicks it out to Harden. And another three for Houston.
So pretty to watch when Harden gets room to shoot from three. I mean, his release, picture perfect. I think it's going in every time.
Carter Williams, the pass to Lamb. Kicks to Kaminsky. Howard with a screen on Harden. Screen by Howard. Here's Lamb. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Lamb's got 6 points.
Yeah, and those broad shoulders of Howard, tough to navigate when he's setting the screen.
Nene, the screen. Paul dishes to Harden. Anderson kicks to Ariza. His three-pointers off the mark. Hornets trail by 6. Here's Batum. It's rebounded by Houston. Anderson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Ariza passes to Paul. Dishes to Anderson. Kicks it out to Ariza. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. 5th is Dwight Howard.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Charlotte has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Lamb dishes to Howard. Lamb sets a screen for Howard. Pass to Carter Williams. And taken away by Paul. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And Harden with the stuff.
And Harden continues to work on his defense. It is a work in progress, but showing a bit of an edge on this end of the floor now. I like it.
Now here's Lamb. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Denver.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
Lamb with the ball, guarded by Harden. 4 on the clock. Batum for 3. Again, Batum missing.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Here's Ariza. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Carter Williams with it. He's picked up by Paul. Over in the corner, Lamb. Here's Kaminsky. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's on Nene. The Hornets have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team. So you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Clark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State, then a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career. And he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pro.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And a look here at the shot chart for Lamb.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
Rockets leading by 8. And here's Harden. Ariza kicks to Paul. Houston moving the ball around, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here. And that sends Clint Capella to the free throw line. That's on Dwight Howard. Rockets have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. On the free throw, no good.
Oh, I tell you what, it's really impressive how Capella has improved his role so quickly, Kevin. I mean, he's a starting caliber center known for his defense, but continues to make strides on offense, too.
Now, here's Howard. He's got 6. There's the screen. Off the screen. And that one hits back iron.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Paul passes to Capella.
And, you know, Capella has a big body, Kevin, and knows how to use it as he draws contact from the defense on his way up.
And he's just had 1 attempt at the line early. And he makes the first. He's perfect from the line this time.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
All right, a chance to see stats for Paul. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged about 18 points a game last season. 9 assists and 5 rebounds. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Completely in harmony with what his coach is trying to do there. Just a marvelous all-around talent.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Oh, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
Now here's Ariza. 11 points for him in that last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Rockets leading by 8. Al Paul, 5 points in the game. Capella dishes to Ariza. Got a hand on it.
Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And you know, really, Carter Williams smart at drawing contact. He reads defenders extremely well.
First
foul shots at a
And he makes the first.
The Syracuse alum, Carter Williams, a combo guard with really outstanding court vision and excellent speed.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Cody Zeller's checked in for Howard. Williams comes in for Kaminsky. Bacon, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Monk's subbed in for Lamb. Houston with a big group substitution here. And Mbaamute's checked in for Anderson. P.J. Tucker comes in for Trevor Ariza. Gordon's checked in for James Harden. And it's Brown in for Paul.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Now here's Carter Williams. Kept alive. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, I like watching him get after it on the glass now, staying active, and usually that leads to good things.
The Hornets have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. Stone's checked in for Charlotte.
And when you watch Cody Zeller on the floor, you just see how effective he is. He really plays the position well on both ends. He doesn't put up those huge numbers, but the change for his team is that he is so versatile and easy to plug in.
Capella with the bucket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Here's Stone. Here's Monk. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And Greg, last season the Hornets were so much more productive when Zeller was on the floor. He was crucial whenever they came away with the win.
And many fans will tell you that Zeller was the second most important player on the team last season. Not a big box score guy, but his value to a team is undeniable. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Brown kicks to Capella. Screen by Mbaamoute. Brown the pass to Capella. Here's Tucker. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Now let's take a look at the most efficient scorers in the NBA from last year's campaign. In the 3rd spot, Clint Capella. The 4th spot held by Dwight Howard.
As well as these two shot the ball, it was a nightmare situation for a defender guarding either one of them. It's so hard to stop them from getting their shots off.
And he makes the first.
You know, starting out in the D-League, then bouncing around the international circuit, Tucker took the long, hard road to get here.
Both free throws good from Tucker. Hornets trail by 8. Stone dishes to Monk. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 5 rebounds tonight. Gordon for 3, sinks the triple. Gordon's got 12.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
Bacon. Offensive rebound. It's stolen by Capella. To the middle. And Mbaamoute kicks it to Tucker. Here's Gordon. That's no basket. His 3rd miss in 8 tries. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. .30 left in the first half. They set the pick. Pick by Zeller. Monk, the pass to Williams. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Williams has got 5 points in the quarter.
Love the unselfishness of Monk there. I mean, love seeing him find the open man.
Brown kicks to Mbamute. Back to Brown. Capella sets a screen for Brown, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. For Houston, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Really appreciate the all-around game of Gordon. He's an underrated defender, but a dynamic scorer.
Over in the corner, Mbamute. And so it's Houston in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, a very effective first half. What are you seeing that allows you to attack them so effectively?
Well, in one of these games, it's very up-tempo, fast-paced, and, you know, if they just run, I have fun, you know, assisting and passing them the ball, so it's a fun game for me.
Game's easy when you play downhill. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. Eric Gordon taking care of business in this one. He had 13 points and 1 block. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, it was an unselfish, team-oriented half of basketball. The ball never stopped moving. Their offense had a great flow to it. It prevented anyone from getting lazy out there. They're always moving, cutting, knowing where they need to pass the ball, Ernie.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Charlotte?
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that high a percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
The scene at night here in Uptown Charlotte, where we welcome you back to the action. And now the third quarter, not to get going. We're seeing a tremendous game from Eric Gordon.
And
Rockets leading by 9, and so in the game for the Rockets. Anderson is down low with Capella. Filling out the wings, it's Harden and Ariza. And it's Paul in at the 1. There's a screen. There's the feed to Harden. Over Lamb. Harden can't hit.
yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Paul with the ball. He's picked up by Lamb. The 3 from Harden. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 6th assist on the night.
Easy to see why Harden's an all-star level talent. Has an ability to score in a hurry.
Shot off the pick. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it. You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Looking here at some numbers for Kaminsky. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but He just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
And he knocks down the first one. Both good from the line that time. Houston leading by 8. Now here's Paul. He has 5. He dishes it to Capella. Passes it to Harden. From outside the arc. Again, the miss by Harden.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Batum dishes to Carter Williams. Feeds to Howard. There's the pass to Lamb. 5 to shoot. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. It's Ariza on the wing. He feeds it to Capella. Pass to Harden. Over Lamb. Again, the miss by Harden. Hornets trail by 8. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. There's the pick. Over in the corner, Batum. And it's Howard finishing it off. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 17 rebounds.
And Howard, always one of the top offensive rebounders in the league.
Screen by Capella. Paul kicks to Capella. Shot clock at 6. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding. Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
Yeah, that's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last 2 seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
Exceptional strength. Harden is so smart at creating opportunities to get to the free throw line.
For Houston, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And I think Harden is a natural leader. Somebody that commands respect, who also happens to be a dominant scorer.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Mark, we've seen a few active players have their own podcast that they produce throughout the season. That's a good idea or a bad idea for them?
Again, I'm ambivalent to that because the landscape is so different now with the social media platforms. And I like the fact that players have a chance to control their narrative, their story, through the different social media platforms, the Players Tribune, podcasts. Now, you have to balance that with your responsibilities and obligations to your team, your teammates, and your franchise. And so that's where it becomes a challenge, managing your time effectively and using it wisely. But clearly, players should have the opportunity to be fully engaged people beyond just playing the game.
Houston making a switch here. Nene's checked in. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Lamb with the ball. 8 points for him. The dish to Howard. Stolen by Anderson. Ariza with it. Now guarded by Kaminsky. The shot by Nene. No good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Lamb. Lamb sets a screen for Carter Williams. Charlotte moving the ball around. Batum for three. That one's not going to go. And Houston the other way now. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. And that'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Ariza outside. He kicks it to Anderson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And you know, Anderson is clever when it comes to drawing contact, extending into the defense on his way up with the shot, drew the foul.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Rockets.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
I've been impressed with how well they penetrated tonight, too.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Anderson.
And Anderson, to me, is the quintessential stretch 4. He's out there to space the court, and he does it very well.
Both free throws good from Anderson. Ryan Anderson was a free agent before coming to the Rockets. When he was meeting with teams, he saw all the open looks that Houston players were getting from outside, and he wanted to be a part of that. Worked out pretty well, I think, for him.
I don't think you can deny that at all. I mean, perfect hand in glove is what this fit was for Anderson, and he knew that. The way Houston plays, perfect for what Ryan Anderson brings to the table. He's great from the corner or wing and is deadly as a shooter when he has space.
Paul for three. Houston keeps it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Harden the pass to Ariza. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 6th assist on the night.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And here is Carter Williams. Kicks it to Batum. Here's Kaminsky. No good off the back of the rim.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, they can't find anything. They're lost right now. Everything working against them.
Ball against Carter Williams. Here's Ariza. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Charlotte calls timeout.
You know, Kevin, when you think of what a stretch 4 looks like, one of the first guys that comes to my mind is Ryan Anderson. Excellent shooting touch, and his shot looks like a smaller guy's shot with the mechanics being so perfect. He's been making threes from the very start of his NBA career.
Charlotte making some changes. Cody Zeller's checked in for Howard. Monk comes in for Lamb, and it's Stone in for Carter Williams. And a switch here also for Houston. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Batum dishes to Zeller, and that one is good. And Anderson is such a great shooter from outside. Also at this point in his career is a high-character locker room presence. Clark, a great veteran leader.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, just another reason why he's so valuable. I mean, he's shown his entire career that he's reliable as an outside shooter. Exactly the kind of player that stretches the defense and creates opportunities for his teammates on offense.
One shot.
Rockets leading by 16. Gordon kicks to Paul. Outside Gordon. Outside for Nene. Taken away by Williams. Here's Stone. And the rebound goes to Nene.
That's really too easy a chance to miss, guys. He needs to be more aggressive and focused on his finishes.
Here's Bacon. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
For Charlotte, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. First free throw is good.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
That one misses. Rockets leading by 15. In the corner, Harden to the inside. And there's Ryan Anderson on the assist by Harden. Harden's got his 7th assist in the game. Here's Stone. Williams up on top. From 13, and it's Nene with the rebound. Nene's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Puts it up from 15. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And I tell you what, he's doing his best to contribute, but he's been out of sync, out of rhythm. Luckily, his team still is in front.
Harden outside. Inside. Kicks it out to Paul. Takes the 3. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Here's Stone, defended by Paul. Williams sets a screen for Monk. Looking to get back on track here. It's tipped. Paul kicks to Anderson. Right side, Gordon. Tries from 16. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Now Monk. Dishes to Stone, trying his luck deep, gets the 3-pointer to fall. Stone's got 5 now. Houston leading by 17. Harden outside. Pass to Nene, and Nene slams it in.
You got to respect and you can't sleep on the passing ability of Harden. Love how he zips it over to open teammates.
Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for Anderson. P.J. Tucker comes in for James Harden. And it's Brown in for Paul. Here's Monk. And the layup's good off the glass. 5 points in the game.
We know he can shoot deep, but he also has a nice touch inside. So Monk has a lot of confidence wherever he's shooting the ball from.
The feed to Brown. Pulls from the top of the key. The shot by Nene, no good.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, good box out. Keeps him shielded off and then draws the over the back call.
Discretion would have been the better part of valor there. That rebound you just got to let go instead of picking up the foul.
2 shots. Max on the first.
The first one falls.
And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Nene setting the pick for Gordon. He dishes it to Mbah-a-Moute, and stolen by Zeller. To the paint, here's Williams, and it's Williams throwing it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
There's Bacon. Rebounded by Tucker. Rockets leading by 13. There's 1:26 left in the third quarter. And Mbah-a-Moute, the pass to Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Feeds it to Tucker. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Williams. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The first free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. Houston's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Passes it to Gordon. Over Monk. And it's Gordon missing. Hornets trail by 11. Pushing it up. And the dunk by Zeller.
Well, go ahead and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
Well, he doesn't count on elevation or hang time, that's for sure, but he can still get it in the basket.
40 seconds left in the third. Brown dishes to Tucker. And the pass to Nene. Shot to stop the drought. The offensive rebound. And Nene with the stuff.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. That's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Gordon.
One shot.
And here's Charlotte. They're on a 15-5 run here. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Stone. 5 points in the game. Pick by Zeller. Clock at 4. Stone kicks to Monk. No good from outside. And so it's Houston with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Hornets trail by 10. We've got Stone. Zeller is out there with Marvin Williams. And there's Monk, and it's Bacon in at the 3 spot. So that's the Hornets 5. Nobody near Williams. A three-pointer off the mark. The Rockets shooting well. They're at 45%. Now here's Tucker. There's Brown with the three. Drills it from outside. Brown's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Rockets. And here's Charlotte. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Here's Bacon. The Rockets pull it in. Capella's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And Tucker kicks to Mbamute. And stolen by Williams. Here's Stone. And Capella sends it back.
And every season, Capella has improved as a shot blocker. Timing, awareness, recognition. He's really good at erasing shot attempts.
Tucker with the ball. Pass to Mbamute. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Harden. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Yeah, and the confidence really at a high level. Very impressive. They feel like this game is theirs, dominating right now.
Charlotte moving the ball around. Zeller passes to Stone. Buries the long-range jumper.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Brown dishes to Harden. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Cody Zeller.
And you got to know Harden's looking to get to the line. I mean, one of the best in the game at going right into the defender and drawing fouls.
Two shots.
He's off on the first. Trevor Ariza's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And he sinks the second.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawing some fouls.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Rockets leading by 11. Screen by Capella. Brown kicks to Ariza. Trying to find Mbamute. Gets it to him. Beyond the arc. Ariza no luck. For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Over in the corner, Batum. Batum with another miss.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Brown against Carter Williams. The dish to Harden. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Harden's got 10 points here in the second half.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Howard with a screen on Ariza. Ariza against Batum. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Ariza. To the inside, Mbah-a-Moute. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And, you know, these are easy ones. Once you're this close, it's academic.
And Lamb kicks to Batum. Here's Carter Williams, the good-looking shot from the wing.
Well, I tell you, when Carter Williams is hitting from the mid-range, it elevates and lifts his teammates. Great to see him looking for that shot.
It's Ariza on the wing. To the middle. From deep. The kick out to Brown. That shot off. And it's the Hornets taking it the other way.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
And here is Carter Williams. Here's Lamb. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Clint Capella.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
First one falls for him. Houston making some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Mbah-a-Moute. And Chris Paul subbed in for Brown. And Lamb drops them both. Rockets leading by 12. They set the pick. Screen by Capella. Launches it. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Harden. And that's 13 points for Chris Paul.
A hand in his face, NP for CP3. No problem. Takes more than that to affect his jump shot.
Kaminsky with the ball. Working on Anderson. Yep, it counts. And that's now 6 points for Frank Kaminsky.
Well, he doesn't waste too many of those chances close to the basket.
Now Paul. Harden sets the pick for Paul. He feeds it to Capella. The kick out to Anderson. The 3-ball. Ariza no up. Hornets trail by 13. Lamb with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. Unloads from 13. Lamb, good.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Here is Harden. It's Ariza on the wing. Back to Harden. Houston moving the ball around, and the dunk by Capella. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Hey, he's not going to mess that one up. Capella, when he's that close, count it.
Kicks it to Kaminsky, the 11-footer, and the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Ariza with the bucket.
And now he's starting to get it going. 4 3-pointers in the game for him, and 3 have come in this half.
And Lamb kicks to Carter Williams. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Paul against Carter Williams. Paul outside. Clock at 4. Puts it up from 7. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Capella's got 4 this quarter.
Not a lot the defense can do defensively there. I mean, Capella is just a big guy, and he's got a nice touch, too.
Howard kicks to Batum. On the wing, Lamb. To stop the run. It's rebounded by Houston. Now here's Paul. Ariza has the open look. Misses the 3.
Boy, strange that he bricked that one. I mean, no clue where the defense was, and tell you what, they got very lucky.
On the wing, Batum. Ariza covering, and Batum kicks to Carter Williams. Carter Williams with another miss. Rockets leading by 18. Paul outside. Back to Harden. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That's on Dwight Howard.
Shooting two.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for James Harden. Well, the NBA has made some adjustments to prevent the hack-a-shack strategy, fouling big men who can't make free throws. It still happens. Clark, is it always going to be a part of the game, do you think?
I think it will be part of the game, and I don't necessarily like it. I would much rather see the rule be changed because I think it just enhances the quality of the product. Some would argue the strategy should be on board for poor free throw shooters. I disagree.
And he makes that one.
And Ariza has great confidence in his shot, a dynamite catch and shoot player.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Howard with a screen on Harden. Here's Lamb. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
And that's superb defense in low. I mean, they played it well. It's not easy trying to alter these shots without fouling the shooter, and that's a good job of doing both.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Charlotte's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Kaminsky sets the pick for Batum. He kicks to Carter Williams. Dishes it to Kaminsky. 6 to shoot. They set the screen. Here's Batum. The putback. Rebounded by Capella. Rockets leading by 22. A floater. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Capella. Harden's got 14 points here in the second half.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Howard with a screen on Harden. With the floater, the putback. Howard, the pass to Lamb. Carter Williams kicks to Lamb. Here's Kaminsky. Howard, it's good on the putback.
And they're not getting the same number of second chance opportunities that they did in the first half. Getting outworked here on the glass.
Harden outside, and it's Ariza in the corner. Back to Harden. Pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Sheer power there from Capella. Not an easy guy to contain when he's going up with the shot.
Here's Batum. And Clark, we've heard the term empty stats for players that put up big numbers but didn't impact the game to the same level of those numbers. What do you think about empty stats?
I'm mixed on empty stats. Clearly some stats impact winning more than others, but in this day of analytics, some of the stats that apparently document impact in winning may be overdone as well. Statistics are statistics. They're part of the game, and you evaluate them in the context of a number of variables. So they're here to stay. Empty is probably too strong because they're part of the game.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Brown outside. Down low. It's stolen by Monk. Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they've been a bit unlucky. Some of it is poor shot selection, in a slump, no doubt. But it can be turned around. They just need to find ways to score the ball.
1:46 left to play here in the fourth. That's tipped. Tucker dishes to Amute. Back to Tucker. Houston moving the ball around. On the wing, Eric Gordon. And there's the feed to Nene. And Nene slams it in.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Rockets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for James Harden.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Jacks up a 3. Gordon with the defensive effort.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Brown kicks it to Tucker. Brown outside. He dishes it to Amute. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls up on the wing, and Nene gets it to go on the assist by Gordon.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
And Greg, you know how hard it is to win on the road, but they seem to have this one firmly in control and have been very impressive today.
So we see Houston taking the W here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just our defense. You know, obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.